Let's take a look at the Turn A Gundam Shin from, that's too close. Build Fighters Honoo Try, which is a, as I understand it, it's a photo novel. And what a photo novel apparently is it's like a comic, but it has photos of models that people make. The Build Fighters series is centered around a technology that makes plastic models like this be able to move and fight like they're dozen-meter tall robots. And the photo novel is basically that concept, just with pictures of models that people build. And this one has roots in a design by Gundam mechanical designer Kunio Okawara, who was responsible for the original Gundam design, as far as I know, and a modeler by the name of Masuo. And the design centers on taking the flowing organic lines of Sid Mead's original design for the Turn A and making them more angular and less otherworldly, I guess. So you've got a more traditional face with the red Shin and with the antenna, I guess you'd call them. It's no longer a mustache. More angular shoulders. The arms, most of the legs the same except for the kneecap. And the front skirt's different. In the original design, the front skirt stops about here, which makes more sense. This runs into the knee a lot, which is annoying. The shield is the same, the beam rifle is the same, the if I can get it back in there with one hand, the beam sabers are the same. I love this design because there's no angle that it looks bad in. I mean, I need to get a turntable that I don't have to move. Anyway, and that happens. These legs are great. They have some amazing detail on there. The feet have some great movability. I mean, it doesn't look like it there, but it's got an incredible point. And the calf part moves, so that gives it some big possibilities, many possibilities in posing. So that's the lower half. The shield just plugs on with that slot there. I'll show you what the that polycap in there is for later. The arms are weird because they rotate at the elbow. Most model kits rotate at just below the shoulder, and I don't know. You can still pose it in just about any pose you could want. They're just a single joint, so they're not. They don't have any double bend or anything. The front and side skirts move completely out of the way of the legs if you want, but the legs still come on there. They still only go up about that far. I've seen others that can go a little higher, but I don't know why you'd want the legs to go farther than that. There's nothing in the back, so you can bend it up over its head. That's a little strange, but you can do that if you want to. Also, the hands are in the middle of a the polycap for the hand is right in the middle of a seam, so it's gonna separate, and if you don't glue it in, you gotta be careful posing. Shoulders move a little bit, and they don't necessarily rotate with the arm, so that's different. They do rotate. They're just connected to the torso separately. And the head's loose, kind of. The neck has a joint at the bottom and a ball joint at the top, so you can get some good mobility there. The beam saber and the beam rifle, which fell off, they're held into the hand on a peg, which is great because otherwise they'd be falling out. Beam rifle's annoying to pose in the hand. There are some poses that looks good doing it, but I'm not a big fan of them. On the back you've got the beam saber holders, which this one jumped out. And you've got two for each side. One on each side has a optional mount for the shield and the beam rifle. These fell to the bottom of the box. There it is. Does come with open and holding hands for left and right. Comes with a normal left beam saber holder, and this one's to hold the shield. This is the expanded beam rifle stock with the additional handle. That one is super annoying to hold because it's just using the same hand, but that fits on there. And the handle folds out of here. Now when this is painted, this will be black, and then these triangle parts will be red. The stickers for those are not good, so I'm going to paint those eventually. What else? Extra parts, we've got the original face piece. I guess that's right side up. We've got the original core fighter, which is the front part of the waist detaches from the mobile suit and flies around. You've got the old front of the shoulders. And we've got the back of the shoulders, the original head. Basically everything, including the mustache, to make the original version of the Turn A Gundam. Oh, this. That covers the action base hole. Whoa! We've also got the expanded version of the back and chest part. You can see it's a subtle change. The new part is slightly different, less sleek, more angular. I might paint up these missile tubes and the moonlight butterfly thing. I don't know. I don't have the moonlight butterfly effect parts, so we've got the adapter for most other high-grade build fighters backpack parts. And that's it for extra parts. I always like it when they give you the extra parts, because you can mix and match. But with a kit like this that has special moldings, that's more expensive than the original, you'd get the original if you want the original. So I'll get the original if I want the original. But this one was cool enough that I thought I might want to get that, so I got it. And now I have it, and I built it, and you're watching me play with it right now. This is connected, so you could plug it into the... No, it's a little too loose. Never mind. So here you can this little line here catches on this edge there, and you can hear the snap. Now that it doesn't stay too well, but it'll stay. I cut the pegs so I could separate it easier for painting, and that makes this part annoying. But take these parts off and flip them, stick them back in. And then plug that on here. And the arm's backwards. Or is it? I don't know, it just looks weird. I'm not used to seeing it without the shield on it. There's such a good amount of surface detail. This is gonna look really good painted up. Actually, I don't know how much painting I'm gonna do. I know I'm gonna do little detail spots, but dang it. But considering the amount of trouble I was having painting the white on the Gundam, I think I'm gonna not paint the whole thing, or at least not paint the white parts completely. But looking at the manual, you can see, let me get my beam saber pointer, you can see you've got the gray chest parts, even these little marks there, these little spots there. You got the yellow vent in there. You've got these red dots everywhere. Got the red stripe in the knees. The gray on the back. A decent amount that needs painting. The red on the beam rifle. There's a shot of the original, which is more white, and the colors are less faded. This is more of a teal. Anyway. Anyway. Stands up just fine if you get it right. But if you don't get it right, down he goes. I really like this thing, and if you can find one at a good value, I highly recommend it. So here is the high grade Build Fighters Turn A Shin. Now I've hand painted all of the areas that would have been done with stickers, and even some other spots that that just needed paint. So specifically, those are all the red dots everywhere, whatever those are. Did the gray on the torso, and the black on the legs. The knee, those are supposed to be red, but I think I didn't get all of the oil paint wash out of there. I did a gunk wash with Starship Filth, which is awesome. Good stuff. And you can see I did the green insignia on the back of the waist. painted the. I haven't top coated this yet, so this still feels a little bit. I don't know how I would describe it, but I don't want to get fingerprints all over it. But I'm gonna have to handle it at least a little bit. So if it'll focus, I painted the, I don't know what to call it, the triangles. I painted the triangles. I'll just leave that off for now. I did the lighting in my light box is such that if I bring stuff too far forward it gets dark, so I won't be able to do much close-up stuff unless I won't take the camera off the tripod. You won't like the unsteady cam. I did all the painting with a brush. For the eyes, you can kind of see it. I used the chrome marker, which is really cool. Gives it that cool shine. See if I rotate it, maybe you see the shine better. There you go. I also did the chrome marker in the cockpit, so you can't quite see the seat that was in there for the pilot. I hand painted all of the metal frame parts, like the joints and the hands and the veins on the legs. I did with I think it was reaching behind the box here. It was jet exhaust. This is an airbrush paint, but it paints just fine with a regular brush. And these here I painted with the Tamiya black, and did that with just a toothpick. Same with the black triangles on the legs and the black stripe there. The black stripe on the thigh was supposed to be a sticker. If I were to do this kit again, I think I would maybe use more of the original parts, like the front skirts, but I really love how this came out. Sometimes it's worth it to just do some minimal. I like that word, minimal. Sometimes it's worth it to be minimal. Some things I would do better are clean up the nubs better, do a better job sanding, because places where I didn't sand very well, you can see there on the knee. Not sure why that was so scuffed up, but here on the side of the arm, it's even worse on the left arm. That's why I've got the shield on there. Just a lot of little scratches for the oil paint to hang out in. But actually kind of like how it looks on the shield. And the gray on the torso looks really good. I like how that came out. So, close up of the head there. Isn't that cool? So that is the high grade Build Fighters Turn A Shin. Thanks for watching.